Hey everybody, how's it going? Hey, I am Geoff, or Wags, and this is WagWorksGA. Welcome on into the channel. I hope you're having a good night so far. Yeah, happy Thursday, everybody. We are almost there to the weekend. I know I'm excited for it. But yeah, so here at the channel, I'm one half of a creative team. I'm the artist half with my wife Ashley. Together we make primarily comics. We focus a lot on kids comics, so you'll see some of that here. In fact, that's one of the things you'll see tonight. Working on our middle grade, so that's like ages 9 to 12. Short comic for an anthology that we're really excited about being part of. Other times you'll see us working on some kind of younger age stuff. We've got cartoons where we partner with some other comic creators to make very much bite-sized educational comics for kids with a little bit of humor. We also work on more serious projects, graphic novels. You'll see also a lot of video game fan art here because I enjoy doing that too. So welcome on in. I hope you have a good time tonight. I know I probably will. This is like my chill out art studio therapy time. Not that I'm gonna treat you all like a therapist, but it's nice. It's relaxing. It's good. It's good. Anyway, yeah. So first things first. What was I gonna get to first anyway? Oh, I will say I've done some of my video game art. I've contributed as prize donations in the past to the Games Done Quick charity. Okay, hi Frank. That's one way to greet somebody. How's it going, bud? I mean, at least throw the goose throwing tomatoes thing. I got you. Oh, you're sick. Oh, I'm sorry. That's no fun. It was a migraine day for a couple of our family members in House Wagner as well. Since Monday? Oh no. Any signs of it getting better? Also, other viewers, Frank is like thousands of miles away, so I did not get him sick. But that doesn't mean that I want you to be sick. Oh, but what I was gonna say, yes, announcements. First up, I'm wearing this shirt, my Frame for Tiles shirt that is like one of my favorites that I have almost completely worn out. Because I wanted to plug Games Done Quick, which I was just talking about. They're running a current event with their all women and femmes speed running group, the Frame Fatales. This is their winter spring one called Frost Fatales. They're running it. It's happening right now over at twitch.tv/gamesdonequick. They are raising money to benefit National Women's Law Center. So I wanted to give them a quick plug. They're such a great organization and they do awesome work. You feel better when you sleep. I mean, that's good. It would be problematic if you felt worse when you sleep. But, yeah. So is it like a head cold? Is like the whole norovirus thing that's going around? What's ailing you, pal? I don't know why I said it. I feel like I need a much more old-timey accent if I say the thing. Say, what's ailing you, pal? So that was announcement number 1. Announcement number 2... if you are a user of the Clip Studio Paint art program, which I am, they just dropped version 4.0. It just came out. And as such, they are running a sale. So if you have been waiting to upgrade or purchase, or you just want to get the newest version, it's out there right now and it's a sale. So it's a good time to do it. You think it's a disease? Which I feel like this could be the setup to a joke, but I'm not certain. What disease would that be? Samsung is terrible. Oh, so is this like, are you referring specifically to like Clip Studio on a Samsung tablet? Do not buy it. Oh no, did another one go out on you? But anyway, I will say one of the nice things about Clip Studio is it's one of the you can do a subscription, which is something like $50 a year. It's pretty pretty reasonable, and you get all the upgrades. Or you can buy a perpetual version that you just buy once and then you like own it, and it's pretty cool and it's great. Wait, have you not gotten the new one? Because I remember this part of the story, but perhaps the contact them again is news to me. Don't worry, we'll send it soon. Always reassuring words. Always. Always. Oh man, I miss Super Mario Galaxy. That's a good game. This song is from that, in case that wasn't clear what I was referring to. Oh, we're out. So wait, was it that they were waiting to get inventory before they sent it to you and they were just kind of stalling? Oh no, we just ran out. We sent one to the guy right before you called me just now. That would be the worst. Sorry, I'm just waiting for the thrilling conclusion to this story. Staring at my chat intensely. No, sir, there are people. No kidding. Well, so I haven't actually had a Samsung device before. Unless you count a washer dryer, in which case, yes. But those did not need S Pens. In the meantime, while this story is ongoing, I should probably get moving on some stuff. So I think that covers the bulk. Oh, one more announcement. I'll talk a little bit more about it when I get started working. But yeah, we're coming up on 1 month from the go live date for our Kickstarter for the anthology. So it's a real thing, guys. It's really exciting. It's like everyone's working on finishing up their comics. I think we have 27, 28, maybe even 29 comics coming in for the anthology. It's gonna be like 176 pages or so, titled Let's Go. So it's a kids comics anthology, so we're really excited for it. I'll be sharing more information about all that as it comes closer. You left them the worst reviews possible on every site for their S Pen, and they removed your review on their website. Well, I guess they figured, you know, a few places was thorough enough. So that's it for announcements for now. We're going to get into these, which is actually art time. We're going to do our warm-up, as we do every night, most nights, of a quick Pokemon sketch just to loosen up and get ourselves into art mode. Asked to escalate, of course. All right, so I pre-picked like 5 or 6 of these guys from our house collection that might be fun or interesting or just cute. And I'm just going to randomly pick one of the ones that I picked. Who we got? Ta-da! We have Mienfoo. That's who we got, and who we will be drawing tonight. We'll have our supervisor call you in 30 minutes. You're going to politely yell at them tomorrow. Well, I am thankful for the politeness. I'm going to grab a quick referenced image here. I mean, I do think even when you're frustrated, some level of politeness is still appropriate. Usually the people that you are talking to really don't have any control over what's happening. Politely because you know the support people aren't. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Okay, here we go. And I should probably switch over to art view. Yep. Pew! I don't know why it makes me laugh every time I do it. I love it. I love it so much. I think I just need to record it and have the transition do that automatically. Yeah, so I'm guessing like a third-party pen is not going to be the solution here. Yeah, I mean, Microsoft as well. It seems kind of important. All right, so I was doing a thing, and I will do that now. So we've got our reference in place for our Pokemon. I'm going to kindly write the name so that my amazing, smart, and beautiful editor knows the name of the Pokemon for the YouTube description. Very good, very good. There's that. Okay, and I'm going to label my layers because that's also important. What Pokemon is it? It's Mienfoo. It's that's the name. That's the thing. I did the thing. Okay. So I think we're about ready to start. I'm just going to get my timer going. So here's the deal with warm-ups. If you've never been here before, it's a 5-minute warm-up. We're just loosening up, really just starting to think about art and kind of play around. I work a day job, so I don't always get to work on art during the day. Check that. I don't really ever get to work on art during the day unless I have taken the day off of work or it's a holiday or a weekend. But coming in Thursday nights, I need a warm-up. So 5 minutes just to loosen up. I encourage you to draw along. You can draw the Pokemon. You can draw really whatever you like. As I always say, art is fun, and I heavily encourage it. So let's go ahead and get started. 5 minutes starts now. Also, just to set expectations here, this is not going to be a finished sketch. This is just even a finished piece, or even potentially really much of a finished sketch. I'm really just here trying to what pencil am I using? My goodness, that's not the one that I wanted. Again, really the entire purpose is just to kind of loosen up. I am indeed clear that this is not what the Pokemon looks like. This is a rock upon against which the Pokemon will be leaning. But yeah, it's gonna be kind of a rough-ish sketch, just to kind of get, again, thinking about shapes, thinking about posing a character in 3D space, and really loosening up the arm and all of that for drawing. I have a simple rule/constraint that I always use for my Pokemon sketches, which is that I make them sleeping. 1, because it's cute. 2, because it gives me an easy place to start at when I'm thinking about what pose I should do. And 3, I kind of already started a collection of sketches and drawings of sleeping Pokemon, and I just want to continue doing it because why not? Yeah, I'm doing this in black. I never sketch in black. I just realized like I didn't change my color after changing it for the text. I never do this in black. It's so weird right now. Back from the dead. What happened? Where did you go, Frank? So I can scooch this over. I need more Pokemon, less rock. I feel like that's a pretty good deal. But yeah, the goal of this, again, is to kind of hopefully come up with something that's passable. I could come back to later if I really wanted to continue on my sleeping Pokemon art collection. But even if it comes out kind of subpar, it still serves the purpose of loosening up. I feel like I have made the torso too long here. Yeah, maybe there. Okay. And then I can just scoot the whole layer back over a wee bit. It's not so bad. Hey Daisy, how's it going? Go back to being dead. No. Oh, you think it might be COVID? We had something back. Was that just February? Back in February that we were all kind of wondering. It was like an upper respiratory thing and really hit us all pretty hard and stuck around. Like, I think it hit one of us and we thought that, it just hit one of us. And then it kind of took a lull. And just when we thought that the rest of us were safe, it like kind of kicked in and just like took everybody else down. Ooh. Sorry, are you feeling better with the inhaler a little bit at least? Is that helping? I know it's rough. It could have a kind of angry looking sleep. Yeah, something's not quite. The head is. Oh, you know what it is? The head is a lot rounder. That is a lot closer if I just fix that shape. We're getting there. I've never drawn this Pokemon before, in case that wasn't abundantly obvious. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. Okay. Yeah, I don't love sketching in black, but it works out just fine. It works out just fine. Move the eyes a little bit lower. I think it's got... There we go. And the tail. And the tail, just gonna draw a tail. Okay. So that's 5 minutes. Pencils down. Well, I am glad you were able to breathe. It's a rough sketch. It's workable. It's got a little personality to it. It could obviously do more. But it's a starting point. I would feel like I'd want to maybe even thumbnail out a few more ideas if I was gonna come back and do a finished piece of this one, just to kind of get some thoughts on what else I could do with it. Excuse me, but not bad. It's a start. This is what warm-ups are for. I'm gonna go ahead and save it in case I do in fact want to do something with it later. Okay, that's good. That's good. So yeah, this comic has come. Ooh, I have one thing. So this is our D&D comic, right? That we're doing for the anthology, our D&D inspired comic. Speaking of D&D, we started a new campaign in our library game that we play in a couple times a month. And I actually, instead of just taking one of the pre-made characters, I actually took the time, got together with a group of friends. We had like a D&D pizza party. We made our characters, like 2 grown-ups, 2 kids. And so I actually designed my character, and I even did sketch. Libraries are like the high point of our civilization right now. They're pretty great. But I was so excited. I did like a little stand-up with my character's name and like a little profile art for them, and I just want to so like, you know, you print this out and you fold it over at the middle, and this is my orc wizard Gorbin. I was pretty happy with how the art came out actually, especially because I did not invest a whole lot of time into making this. So honestly, it came out pretty good. Anyway, I just really wanted to brag about Gorbin because I like Gorbin. He's fun, and his name is funny to say. But yeah, so back to the comic. That's page 4. I went ahead and did a lot of color work off stream just to finish it up. I've got the flats pretty much done. I did make a late game decision to change the soda from like a cola to an orange soda. So I will be, as I go, switching that over in the pages that I'm doing. In fact, I'll do that one. That's just a flat color change right now for this. So let's go ahead and do that. But otherwise, I finished flatting all the pages, which I will show you page 4 in just a moment. Just making sure I get these colors matched correctly, filling it all in. And I wanted to make the rind of the orange a bit brighter and fix some of this. Boop, 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 boop. And I think I had a... Do I want to do this one? I don't think I do. I think I want this one, but I'll saturate it and darken it ever so slightly. Yeah, that way it stands out a little bit more. We've got a lot of tones of orange in here. So it might be good to differentiate it, you know, just slightly. Sorry, just listening for a second. As aforementioned, we have it's a migraine day, so we have a kiddo resting in the other room right now. Okay. Everything on this page has now been properly transformed into an orange soda. And that'll just leave adjustments on page 4. A migraine day. Yeah, something like that. Tell you what, between migraines, epilepsy, and heavy allergies, it's rarely a dull day in our house. I'll tell you that much. But at the same time, you know, it could be worse. Not to like overly positivity wash it, but we are aware it could be worse. Okay, that looks pretty decent. I will show you guys page 4 if you want to see. All colored in. Again, I'll change up the colors a little bit. Oh, and I was thinking about making it a little bit more orange in the potion in the imaginary setting. I can do that. But yeah, here's page 4. I suppose having the dialogue on might help. Yeah. No, I didn't fill in a couple of those bubbles. Do you have Frank? Do you have any like go-to comfort thing that you do when you're sick? Like a show that you watch, or like, you know, the, you know, specific like food that helps, or sleep. I mean, that is clearly the best thing that you can do. Dude, I missed a bunch of these bubbles on this page. What was I doing? Not doing my job. Just kidding. Doing my art job. Wait. Oh. Wait, what layer is that on? Okay, well that's fascinating. Why did I put that on the... Okay. On the speech bubble background layer. Okay. Cut and paste. Okay, that'll work. So that the main difference there is that this one was hand lettered. Chug coffee. Wait, coffee for your throat. Interesting. That helps? Because I would think that that would go against the sleep part of the resting, and also the, like, isn't coffee like mildly acidic for the heat? Yeah, like I get like a green tea or stuff like that. We we don't do it any longer, but when but in like undergrad, Ashley, I'll never forget, like she heated up like the Jello packet, but instead of like putting it in the fridge to let it set, instead just put a straw in it and drank it like a deluxe Kool-Aid. It was pretty incredible.
Those are much younger days. I would never do that.
Not that we would do that now. Frank says, ew, Ashley.
I agree. Ew.
What I do is I get a pack of the pre-made pistachio pudding and I heat it up and then I drink it through a straw. No, it's like the fruit punch one, the Jello CO2. But yeah, not anymore. Not anymore. Now it's mostly tea, green teas, floral, fruit, herbal teas, stuff like that. The heat is really nice. Okay, well, I got these bubbles fixed and filled in. I have to change the soda, and I was gonna make it more foamy on them after they got sprayed by the potion. But aside from that, this is where the flat colors are for this page. I'm gonna close it for now because we will start shading on page 2 and see just where we get. I doubt that we're gonna get through page 4 tonight. Send you tea. What kind of tea? Do you have a kind of tea that you like? Flat colors. Add a layer here. Shadows set to multiply. And I like to use a slightly purple instead of a straight up gray for my shadows. Adding a little bit of color to it can kind of make it a little bit, I don't know, it gives a different dimension to it. I'm happy with the cheap stuff. Me too. Yeah, like the Bigelow, like green tea is not, well, I don't know if it's cheap. It's decent, but it's not like, you know, going and getting like the loose leaf stuff. We did finally invest in some actual like metallic tea steepers, just because like probably isn't great heating up the plastic mixed fabric of the tea bag liners and drinking what comes out of them. Probably. I don't know. Shh, don't look. His leg's fine. His leg's there. It's fine. Guys, don't even worry about it. It's okay. All our tea is older than your kids. Tea keeps for a decade, right? Or more. Make sure to set my inks as my reference layer, so I can then be lazy and fill in that way. Actually, this will be shaded here. Kind of actually give it like a little bit of the I don't know if I like that. I might back out of that. Yeah, no thank you. It just looks like he's got like a 5 o'clock shadow, which is definitely not what I was going for here. It's got like the little boot goatee. No, that's not the age group for this comic. That's incorrect, Geoff. Very incorrect. Actually, I could do more like that. That's probably good. Yeah, I tell you what, after kind of the rush to get everything together for the pitch fest that we did, having had much more of this project complete just by way of the natural deadlines that they set. It was kind of nice to come and be like, oh, okay, so like what I had to do, or what I set myself up to have to do in like 4 days, I now have like 2 weeks to do. Drawing is so much work, especially when you're sick and not feeling great. I know when we had what it was that we had, again, I think it probably was COVID for us as well, like it knocked me on my butt. I was not really able to do much in the way of art for most, like, the better part of a week. Like there was not a whole lot I could do. And granted, also some of that was busy, like helping take care of kids, and it's like when the whole family is sick, then the 2 adults just have to, like, whoever has the ability to move the ball forward, that's just who has to get up and do it. And so it's kind of a tag team of like, I think we talked about this because I did the comic about it, kind of the really quick, like, I'm sick, so I'm gonna do something that's harder than what I usually do. I still don't know why that sounded bright to me, but it worked out. We had a good time, right? And since this is just the real world, we're not going to worry about doing the kind of extra detailed shading or anything like that, at least for this panel. You know what I should probably do also is just look back at my finished page and make sure that I'm not like suddenly adding in a huge amount of detail more than what I had before, because detail and shading is a thing. So is there anything in particular, Frank, that made you say that drawing is so much work, aside from the fact that it is? Good work though, I like it. All right, so this is the finished first page. Yeah, I was definitely, no, if you look at this panel, I think I'm pretty close on the level of detail of shadows, at least for the real world stuff. Just because you're dead. I like right after the statement of like I'm dead, and then like the enthusiasm. It was funny. The juxtaposition for the D&D panels. Okay, yeah, Ashley and I were talking about it. I'm trying to see if there's anything else we could add in there, including a palette change. It's still on the table. It's just it feels like a bigger lift to figure that out in time. But go ahead. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that sonic breathing noise, getting an air bubble underwater noise, that is like ingrained in my psyche. Holy moly. His face is a lot more rounded in this panel than in later ones. You're sending me the malware now. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I didn't sign up for that. Okay, malware's in your Cool. Thanks. Is it like a CSP, like a brush or a filter or something like that? Wait a minute. Right, 1 second, everybody. I'm so glad when people remind me that I'm about to start talking without any actual, you know, microphone on. Thank you, honey. All right. Daddy taxi services are required to move a child up to bed. I will be right back, and I will put you on be right back, so you know that I will in fact be right back. So I'll be back in just a moment. Yeah. I should probably transition the scene too. There we go. Bless my heart. I get there. All right. Be right there. Oh look, I'm unmuting first just to make sure that I actually do it. And then back. Oh man, I didn't do that. Okay, ready? Pew! Okay, there we go. Winning. Winning. Yeah, that is my water bottle. Cool. All right, so hey, I'm back. Child has been successfully delivered to bed, hopefully to get a good rest and wake up feeling not migrainey in the morning. It's the old, oh, or hi there. You may know me from such places as the Stone Age. Okay. You can definitely tell a bit that I was literally figuring out how I wanted to design these characters in these early panels, and that the design definitely changed over the ensuing panels of the comic. But that's okay. This is why we did this whole anthology project, is so creators could have a chance to practice and learn. Because yeah, with our graphic novel stuff, you know, I've figured it all out in advance. And this one I tried to do it a little more on the fly. And it's not the worst result. I'm pretty happy with it in general, but definitely learning and noticing things like the slight changes in design. Nope, that's not how we do that. I'm glad they're doing this nice, calm, sleepy music for later in the evening on a work day. Instagram. Oh, check out the Instagrams. The Instamagrams. Oh, I got notifications. What? What? Frank sent a video. Oh, so it's not a CSP tool, it's just an actual drawing technique that you get to learn. That's fun. Okay. Hold up. Mute this. Let's look at it all together. I should probably preview this. Just to be, I mean, it looks pretty harmless, but just to be safe.
Here's how to add a glitch effect.
Okay. Yeah, this is clearly just, you know, this is clearly safe. Cool. All right. All right, I will share with the class is what I'm going to do. Yeah. Just give me about 20 minutes to add this to OBS and it'll be good. It's okay. It's cool. Yep. Just about 20 minutes there. That's not gonna be long. Sorry. It's weird without the music on. I'm gonna forget to turn it back on, and when I do that, please remind me that I've forgotten to do that. All right. Okay. Here we go. All right. This is what Frank shared, and it's pretty cool actually.
Here's how to add a glitch effect.
I shouldn't say actually. I should say it's pretty cool.
Start by coloring in a shape with a black marker. This will work for any shape, so draw whatever shape you want. Once it's all colored in, we'll start adding in the colors. Grab a red or hot pink marker and draw lines on each left side edge of the shape, like this. We're going to do the same thing, but with a dark blue marker on the other side. Then, take a yellowish marker and add lines to the left of the red marker. Finish with a light blue or cyan marker to the right of the dark blue. After you've added all 4 colors, go in with a thin white marker and clean up the edges. You'll want clean, crisp edges to resemble pixels and make the effect look more realistic.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like it. I like it. Yeah, thank you for sharing. Oh, wait. I think I'm actually going to remember to turn the music back on. Amazing. Amazing. I did it, guys. Job well done here, I think. You know how it goes. I was actually watching and waiting to see if I like did something like put myself on mute when I said that. It sounds about right. Yeah, that would be cool. It'd be cool to have like a different panel effect. Because right now we've got just the white panels, right? And then there's a couple where it kind of bleeds around the edge because it mixes the fantasy and the reality. Yeah, and I did do a change in shading as well, and I also added like a glow in the imaginary world. But it's yeah, still trying to find a way to make it really jump out. yeah, it's good to have stuff, and I may still play around with it a little bit because if there's time, because like I really do want it to be clear that like, hey, we're jumping between Oscar's imagination and reality. It shouldn't be jarring. It should just be like pretty clear when things change. So I might yet look to see what I can do there. But it'd be fun to do anyway, because I also would like to do more of this type of comic for fun. I've had a good time with it. Or maybe it could be Calvin and Hobbes-ish, where it definitely never says. That's true. Yeah, I like that. It's tough because, like, on one hand, it's like, oh well, you know, I don't want to try to be too high concept or anything, because you know it's still targeted for ages 9 to 12. But then it's also like, well, kids are smart, right? Like they know. They know a lot of stuff, and they also really know when you are talking down to them or trying to be like, oh, I don't want to do too much because it's kids. Because yeah, they know. I think that's one of the things that I've really noticed with some of the best kid comic creators, the best creators of comics for kids, is that they don't talk down to their audience. They don't. They know that kids are smart, and they give them the full credit for being able to get stuff and pick up on things that maybe have been, you know, left unsaid. In fact, in some ways, maybe they're better than grown-ups, honestly. Because like we second guess ourselves, right? We worry about what the whole world and everybody else thinks, and we don't always trust, you know, what we know. I'm loving that they're doing the Chrono Cross music right now. All right, make sure I don't. Oop, that's a gigantic eraser. Gigantic. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay. Pretty happy with this panel. Just the grass texture. I always forget about that side of Calvin and Hobbes, to be honest. Like, I always forget, like, oh, you know what? They just never really establish it. It's just, you know, later on, eventually, I had to make a decision for myself on what I thought was happening. And just kind of back projected that on the comic and never really thought about it again. But you're right. There's so much room to argue. No, he's real. You need to trust your audience. Yeah, I think that's the best way to say that. Which, like, it sounds like it's easy, but as a chronic over-explainer of everything to everyone at all times, it's harder than it seems. Maybe that's why I lean towards art. It's like I'm just gonna draw a picture. It's too hard to explain. Just draw a picture. No, that's not actually why I went into art. But and by went into art, I mean compulsively drew all the time forever, even when I was, you know, studying to pursue other careers. Oh, Frank. So, actually, I wanted to tell you because you were talking about making the zine for Lucy Goosey, which I still, by the way, am fully on board with. And we had a webinar with Colleen A.F. Venable. She's done a lot of things, but she's probably right now best known for this, Katie the Cat Sitter. We love this book series in our house. There's 4 out now. And yes, we proudly have them here. Pardon me. But so she was talking about a lot of things. The main subject was world building, which she does exceptionally well. But also she talked about like how she got into comics, and it turns out one of the ways that she first like got her break into things was through like making zines and doing like even like photo comics of just jokes and stuff that she had. And that's how she, people, editors and agents saw those, and that's how they knew her and recognized her at tables at conventions. And it was kind of a cool story. So it was a really good reminder that even if your aim is to publish traditionally, which it's especially these days, it's definitely not everybody's aim. But just keep putting your work out there, like whatever it is. Am I saying you're going to be rich and famous? I mean, that is definitely a thing that I could say. No, and I can't predict the future, but I like Lucy Goosey a lot, and I think that you have a really good comic voice with it, and I don't know, who knows where it could go. I think it's good. Sometimes you just need to wait till the right audience finds it and stuff takes off. I mean, I make no guarantees of any future. Clearly, we are in a time of wild chaos. So, nope. No guarantees are made. But, I feel like the potential's there. I feel like so much. I know I've said this before too, but like we live in a time that is so easy to share stuff out there that like everything's become flooded. So there's no shortage of good quality work out there and good quality creators. It's just a matter of like, do they get noticed? Do the right people who can help nurture and move that work along, do they see it? Because there's a flood of stuff out there. But it also creates this incredibly like exciting environment where it's like, well, it just takes the one right person to see your work, right? We were discussing on this topic a little bit in we have a critique group that meets at like lunchtime on Thursdays, and we were talking a little bit about this today, and it's both exciting and discouraging all at the same time. Lawsuit incoming. Wait, did you literally give it like 5 seconds for you to get rich? I did not say you'd instantly be rich. I never said that. Also, new comics when? Now watch as I've like totally missed something new that you've posted. I'm gonna go check right now because I don't want to put my foot in my mouth any more than I already put my foot in my mouth. Okay. Nothing new yet. That's okay. When you stop being dead. I wasn't sure if you got something out in the midst of your death throes. You know, you never know. You never know. I don't even know if that makes sense. But I'm fine. I'm going to roll with it. He says, drawing the panel with the 20-sided dice. Look at me go. Truly a comic genius. I think, you know, as a kid, I wasn't sick a whole lot from school, but I remember the feeling like of on a sick day when like, especially like if you started out the day at school, like you felt well enough and then it kind of hit during the day and you had to go home, or if you had like a doctor's appointment during the day, like maybe you're homesick all day, but then your parents took you to the doctor. Being out and about, and like even when you're feeling like total junk, like, you know, slumped against the window or whatever looking out, there was something I really liked about the feeling of like everybody's out there going about like the hustle and bustle of the day, and like I get to just kind of like not be and like observe it. I'm not stuck in my like little silo. Like I'm actually out there and seeing, you know, everyone else out and about, and like, yeah, I don't know. There's always that upside to it for me. Not that that's like the best reason, but I guess like that little bit of a feeling of like, I guess for a kid, that's like it almost feels like a vacation day. Even if you're just like, just crashing. Do I need to shade that part of his arm? Probably not, because it would be... I do want to give it a little bit of depth because there's not really much else going on in this panel. You're back. Wait, where did you go? Where did you go? Yeah, I usually might not shade this as much because logically the lighting might not be quite so dramatic here, but there's just not a lot happening otherwise in this panel, and I think I need to amp up the contrast a little bit to keep the interest up on it long enough to process like this is a D20, this is what's going on. This is what's up. From California to bed. Cool. So no signs of improvement so far though over the course of the week? Still just rough all around? Baher. You know what? I was assuming it was couch or chair or something like that, but I was just like, I'm not 100% sure and I'm not going to guess, so I'm just going to roll with it. Honestly, this is like some other language stuff coming out there. I kind of like it. It's fun. Oh, right. I was going to do a little bit of... Look at that. Such realistic grass. I was just going to send an emoji if that doesn't work. That's a good strat as well. I like it. Wow, it's all right. Okay, come on, zoom. There we go. Yep, come on, Clip Studio. What's happening right now? Oh, I was gonna say, this is actually gonna be the last stream that we're working on this comic. Not that I anticipate finishing it all tonight. Oh boy, wouldn't that be magical? But I had a realization that it's due a week from tomorrow. And first up, I probably don't want to be cramming in, putting in the finishing touches the night before it's due, just on stream. Wait, what's bankrupt already? Who's bankrupt already? Yeah, so I realized like I don't want to be cramming in all the last stuff, and then also the real last step of it is we have to do a color conversion from the Clip Studio. It can simulate CMYK, which is cyan, magenta, yellow, and true black, which is the color scale used most often in printing. But for this, the design template wants us to export into that. But so you need either Photoshop or InDesign, or there's a Affinity something, which apparently they have, you know, good sales where you can actually own the software, but also they have a free trial. So I need to get that software situation figured out so I can properly do my color conversion before we submit on that Friday. So I've got, and that's not really great art stream type of content. So I think we'll figure out something else to do next week, possibly celebrating the completion of this piece and the submission to the anthology project. But this will be the last night that we work on it. WagWorks. Joke's on you, Frank. We never had any money. Yeah, so if you're getting tired of this comic, well, I've got some good news for you. This is the last you're going to see of it until it's completed. I mean, I may come on and brag about it, be like, "Hey guys, look, I did all this. Let's blah 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 blah." Look, yeah, this is the last night. Yeah, this comic is bad. I need to start over from the beginning. Clearly. Actually, I don't even know if that would work, considering the fact that, you know, we had to get this approved by editorial and feedback on it, and all of that already ahead of time. So there's probably not even time. The only thing we could do is totally withdraw it if there was a serious problem with it. Thankfully, I don't think we're there. I don't think we have any major problems. I don't think. So Frank, have you in your illness had any like crazy fever dream ideas for comics? What is the most absolutely insane Loosey Goosey or Jelly Beans comic that you could possibly contemplate making? That's what I want to see. Do the video game comic after seeing that glitch effect tutorial. Yeah, that is really cool. And the effect came out really well. I will be filing that one away to try. Either on this comic in the next week when I'm trying to when I'm touching up things, or on a future project. Wait, what? No, that's chat. Yep, there we go. There we go. He needs to be a little more underneath it. Nope. Come on, Geoff. It's not even a straight line, man. You got this. His arm shadow. Yeah. I guess I can make this a little bit clearer that that's what's going on here. And maybe make this come around, connect it here. Not quite sure. Sidewalk texture. Wait a minute. I mean, if I really wanted to do it, like, I could just pull from the hold on a second, I'm having a thought. I mean, there are textures that come with Clip Studio. There's textures you can download from Clip Studio's asset store, or you can just go take a picture of the sidewalk and overlay it as well. Yeah. No, I need to go outside right now at 11:15 and take a picture of the sidewalk. It's the only way for the real authenticity. And then I own it, you know, I own that image and that pattern. Although, I mean, anything that Clip Studio provides is allowed to be, you know, used. So it's not. Oh, where'd you go? No, come back. I had you. Oh, darn it. Manga material, image material. Wow, that really, that was too much. That was too much. So set to overlay and adjust. I mean, this would be how I would do this if I was so inclined. And then, you know, erase parts of it. You know, I don't know why I feel a need to trace this. I have the actual like reference layer on. I apparently just like pain. Is that where I'm at right now? Is that what I'm doing? Fill that with a transparent. Oh, no, it's not going to do that. Of course not. All right, cool. Thanks for checking my weather. And this is more of a general noise thing, but I feel like it adequately picks up the texture of sidewalk cement. You know what's funny is I don't even do this much with the overlaying. It is super easy though with Clip Studio. I don't even have an affiliate link. I'm just apparently deciding to plug them for fun. I do. It's something maybe, you know, in the future I'll play around with more. Obviously for this comic, it's like I would have to go back and do this for not just every time that I use sidewalk, but like every other thing that your brain says needs texture. Otherwise it's going to seem weird and jarring. Like, why did he do it that way? Because he's crazy. That's why. That's why he did it. Because he has an extremely specific hang-up about sidewalk texture. Why didn't I just do that too? Yeah, I would have done something like that. I could do. And then you can adjust, you know, how much you want it to do. honestly, it looks pretty good. I like toning it down a little bit. But yeah, I'm not gonna do it because I'd have to do it for every panel that I use sidewalk in, and I'm simply not ready to commit to that. But yes. Wow, lazy. I know, look at me. Look at me, so lazy. But if I was lazy, would I draw this beautifully rendered perfect grass? I think not, my friends. I think not, my friends. All right. It's 11:15. I have to pee. I'm going to go do that. In theory, I could have done that earlier when I was on BRB, but I didn't think that efficiently. So I'm going to do it now. And I'll be back in like 2 minutes. So be right back for more shading fun. All right, we're back. I might have grabbed a small snack as well. You know, I just realized about the weather command, Frank, is that you specified Las Vegas, New Mexico, but the output doesn't actually say what state it is. So it is, well, assumingly grabbing the correct location. It is unclear. Does it currently feel like 6.2 degrees Celsius at your location? Fun fact, I set most of the things that display temperature in our house to Celsius. Because I'm like, I already have an intuitive understanding of Fahrenheit, right? But even as a meteorologist, like we don't use Celsius, and like in all the meteorological equations we use Kelvin. And then like all weather forecasting applications in the States are, Fahrenheit. So like, I don't have a good intuitive feel for Celsius. So I started trying to like force that by having it just be everywhere that I look and see temperature. And so far it's only marginally successful. Only marginally. That grass looks really intense. Also, I'll go ahead and fix this. Okay. Tell you what, as much as I am in fact a tired human, there's definitely moments, especially like when a nice, like a really good song comes on here and we're working and it's just like kind of in the rhythm. Like I could just keep doing this all night, which is, I'm not going to do that. That is in fact a very bad idea for me. But there's times where it's like, yeah, kind of feels like I could, you know? I remember one time back when we were when Ashley and I were just dating, when we lived in Tallahassee, and I was a research assistant in a graduate lab, and she was also a research assistant in a different graduate lab, but she also worked as an intern at the Weather Service, and she was considering taking an offer to go work in a forecast office out there, and but she had some reservations about the fact that like you have to work midnight shifts, right? So they encouraged her to do one as an intern, and so she did that. And like then in, I guess, solidarity, also because I'm just kind of a night owl anyway, I was like, all right, well, I'll go in and do my research. I'll go into my lab overnight and just work the overnight shift too. So we'll both be on the same schedule. You know, I'm in solidarity with you, right? And I actually really liked it. I actually really liked having that overnight like shift. It was just so like chill and like in the dark. It just feels like cozy and like it zones out like a lot of the world. It was kind of great. Like I remember being there and like the cleaning staff comes in at like 6 a.m, like the university janitorial, and they're like, hey guys, like we chat. Ashley is not nocturnal, as we found out that week though. Definitely not. So that is one reason that she opted not to become a forecaster for a field office. But it was an interesting experiment, that's for sure. By the way, I'm seeing the bot cartoons announcement, and I did want to say, if anybody is wondering what's going on with cartoons, we are progressing along on our format change update. We've got a lot of cool stuff that's in the works, and we're moving forward with it. So right now, we're still doing kind of the rerun thing on the rest of this season. So it's all comics that we've published before, either last year or earlier this year, while we get things set. And then we'll do a preview probably right before summer break for kids, is what the plan is right now. Granted, this is all subject to change, and this is just what we discussed as the Cartoons team, but we're targeting right now debuting the new format with new comics at the start of next school year, and really the full product with oh gosh, it's gonna be so much fun stuff. I'm really excited. Oh my goodness. And maybe you'll see some of that work too as we're getting closer and putting more stuff together. You've seen me working on one of the comics here, one of our first new comic for that new edition, but there's a lot more coming, and I think some of it I may even be able to, I may even share on stream here. That's pretty cool. Nope, what is going on? Inks is still the reference layer, so yeah, okay. Am I even closing off over here? So yeah, there we go. All right. Don't know why that was acting wonky for a second. Let's see. All right. How far are we on this page? 7 panels, but about half the page. This is definitely a more panel dense comic than the last one. Hey, welcome back, Frank. You survived Lily's attack. Was she demanding food? She just wanted to bite. Fair. Fair. I mean, who doesn't sometimes, right? Like... I was just looking up something because I wanted to share another cool thing that's going on. Another cool thing that's happening. So next week, Ashley and I are actually going to be recording an interview with a podcast, the Story Comic podcast. They agreed very generously to open up some slots for members of the Kids Comics anthology that we're doing. Our friend Patrick did an interview, which you can already see. Where am I? Like, hold up. I think it might be. Okay. Just no show. We are not gonna no show on this. We're really excited to do this, and I wouldn't wish to miss it. That's for sure. Wait, is it? Okay, so I was trying to find the best way to. It's May 418. 418. Episode 418. Yeah. Okay. So it was a month ago. So if you're curious about story comics in general, this is the URL. But on their so on their both their YouTube and also on the page there, episode 418, our friend Patrick Lugo started talking about like the background and the creation of this this anthology. And so he's the first slot. I think we're the next one, and there may be one or two others from the group after us. So I don't know when they'll plan on getting it edited and aired, but next week we're recording. So I'm really excited. It's gonna be pretty cool. And maybe a little nervous. I don't know. It's cool. And if you can, what I was trying to find also was the comics, some of the comics that the host, Barney Smith, did based. They're inspired by his time in the Peace Corps. And Ashley was reading through and shared some with me. I'm like, oh man, it's really interesting and fun stuff. So let's just try to find the link. Where did she point me to that? Ugh, I'm terrible with this. All right, come on. Anyway, that's a thing that's happening that we're also very excited about. And whenever it does air, I will probably, unless of course I say something, it's the thing where you're being recorded, so you say something ridiculous and very much not intelligent. Not that I would ever do that. But yeah, I will probably tell you guys all about where to find that if you're interested. And then also, I am thinking that as we get into the actual Kickstarter campaign for the anthology, we'll probably be doing something on the channel here. Even if it's just kind of to record some content that they can use as part of the campaign and their socials. I may also have some other folks from the anthology try to do like a guest stint where we do some drawing together, something like that. I've got lots of ideas, but I've had very little time to kind of dive into it yet. So we'll see what comes out of it. But I'd really like to do something and some cool stuff. Also, because like the other creators on this project are super cool people, and it would be cool to get to do stuff with them and share some of their talent and energy. as well. I still think it'd be cool to get one of the he's not just a creator, he's also one of the driving force on the editorial group, Geoff Larkin here, because he is like a clip studio wizard. He actually runs the Clip Studio Cafe. That's like our Clip Studio user group, and did a whole bunch of tutorials. So it might be fun to get to sit down with him and talk about a bunch of stuff. You know what? I just lost my chat monitor, and you know why? Because I forgot to plug it in. Then the battery ran out. Have a different sky in the D&D world. That could work. All right, just a moment. Technical difficulties. You know how it goes, chat. You know how it goes. Have to reboot myself. Okay, it's gonna be a minute for that to get enough charge to start up. So I use my old art computer, this Surface Pro 6, as like my chat monitor during stream, and I work on the Surface Studio laptop. Like that's my basically drawing tablet. It does have more differentiation. Yeah, it's got that. I'm okay. I was doing that on purpose. I'm not like losing my mind. Yeah, there we go. My 20K. It is definitely not that much. I don't know. I don't think it's that much different than like getting a decent graphics card laptop and like a XP pen or Huion tablet or something like that, of a decent size. And I've been looking at some of those. Not that I have any realistic expectation of getting them, just because I like looking at them. Oh, just a moment. Yeah. But I think what I do like about them is that even the smaller ones are still a really decent drawing size compared to this. It's not that different price wise. Yeah, I don't think it is. And then the only the problem is like if I did like a standard laptop and that, I lose some of the flexibility that I have where I can just take my laptop like this with me wherever I go, and do art. Granted, it's hard to do art if you're trying to do like lines and inks in a car. I've attempted that. It's not great. It's not spectacular. Don't do that. But sketching and thumbnails works pretty well, and even coloring. Like a fill bucket isn't too bad to use. No. Sorry, I'm just bringing my chat monitor back up so I can see what's going on while I'm drawing. And this guy's just kind of staring at you all while I do it. Smugly. Because why not? Restore pages. Yes, that is what I want you to do. Alright, we're back. Yeah, like, it's interesting with digital art. Like, the entry price point to do it isn't actually too bad. Like, if you think of getting, like, a small Wacom, like, bamboo tablet, right? It's not bad at all. But they're definitely much harder to use if you're not used to it. Because those are not ones where you can actually see what you're drawing on, so you have to get used to that weird disconnect of drawing in one place and looking in another place. Although it's technically speaking, it's not really anything we don't do with a mouse already, right? But I had started getting comfortable with that. I still have my old bamboo tablet. I didn't get very far. But part of that was because also I couldn't like sit down with it on the sofa. Thank you, Frank. That is quite a username. But I do appreciate you wielding the band hammer with both wisdom and authority. Fun fact, I don't think I've ever banned a bot before, but I now see that that probably would have been wise to do. Oh, I haven't seen this emote, have I? Goose Night. I like it. I don't think I've seen Goose Night before, Frank. Have you had that one for a long time? Over a year, fake fan. I have to admit, I saw you were on earlier this week, and I just wasn't able to make it to join the stream. I'm trying much more to, like, when I can, drop in and say hey, even if it's just for a few minutes, before I become a creepy lurking old man. Without context, that sounds much worse than it actually is. I miss those days when I wasn't dead. You just... Here's what you do. Listen. Here's what you do. Just, you know, take one of your animated emotes, blow it up big, slap it over clips or something, and then run an I'm just sleeping stream. Boom. Double your follower count while you're sick. I like that I'm talking as if I really, you know, truly know how to do these things. Oh God. Not that one. I mean, not that there's anything. I'm just sleeping. Yeah. You know, I think that emote on top of the I'm just sleeping, it really has a vibe to it. Oh no, am I getting to the giddy part of the night? Oh no. Okay, I think we might actually be back now. Oop. Can you hear me? Yeah, that was super weird. I've never had OBS disconnect and tell me it had a problem with the stream key while I had been streaming for over an hour already. Yeah, that's a new one. Early, no, but I'm here. Wait, can you see me? All right, so it says that I am live right now. I don't know how much longer I shall remain live. So maybe I'm just gonna try to wrap up here before it tries to tell me it lost my stream key again. That's weird. That's weird, and I've never had it happen before. So I will probably wrap up here just in case, and we'll figure this out perhaps next week. I might do some troubleshooting. I might hang on here and yeah, we're almost to midnight anyway. Yeah. So if I drop out, thank you everyone. Have a good night. Otherwise, I'll try to wrap up real quick here. I may stay on a troubleshoot for a minute or two after I cut stream just to see what the heck is going on. But yeah, I've never had a loose stream key in the middle of streaming. That's odd. Okay. Anyway, Frank, thank you for being here. I hope you feel better soon. Yeah, I hope you have a quick recovery. Yeah, sorry you're not doing so great. Everybody else, thanks for joining. Thanks for watching and hanging out. This was the last time you'll see this comic on stream that I'm working on it, because hopefully by next Thursday I will be done and we'll have submitted it. And we'll figure out what we'll be working on then. I can't recover from dead. But haven't you recovered from dead several times already? I'm just sleeping. I think that the combination of the goose emote and the I'm just sleeping was enough to push the stream over the edge and break it. I think it was just that funny. Yeah. All right. So I feel like we're on borrowed time before it just OBS boots me again right now. So I'm going to go ahead and call it. Everybody have a great night. Have a great week. I'll be back next Thursday, 10 p.m. Eastern. And yeah, I just appreciate y'all joining me. So with that, have a good one. Good night.